What's up, ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? It's Dan here from Cryonoir. Today we're going on yet another retro collecting adventure. It's going to be me and Rob. We're going to hit 2 separate towns, 4 separate shops, and yeah, it's going to be a long day. But hey, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to increase the collection. It's growing quite nicely. We are up to somewhere in the region of about 750 games in total, I think. So yeah, all being well, we should have a good day. So check it out. Rob's getting all prepared for robbing the stagecoach. Yeah, so it's going to be a bit of a weird one today because we're hitting two towns and 4 shops. We're going to do CEX in Scarborough, and we're going to do Gamepad in Scarborough, and then we're going to do CEX in York and Sore Thumbs in York. That's CEX done. Now we're just going to hit Gamepad. So he's up? Yeah, he should be open. He said he opens, according to the website, he opens at 11, but he's a bit, laissez-faire with that. So yeah, here we go. And he is not open yet. Or is he? Is he? Yeah, he's just opening. He's opening. He's just opening. Just a momentary break. That's Scarborough done. We've hit Gamepad and we've also hit CEX. We both had a little bit of a spend in CEX, and Rob bought a few bits in CX, and I blew almost the entirety of my budget in gamepad.
Yeah,
because he had some things in there. We'll show you when we get back.
Yeah, things got a bit spendy for you in gamepad, didn't they?
Yeah. Basically, the entire budget went on one thing, but it was a thing that I've always wanted. I've wanted it for a very long time, ever since I started retro collecting, and he had them in, so I was just like, and I'd nagged him. He's always said that he had them, but they were upstairs in the attic buried or whatever, and I'd always nagged him about getting them down, and I would probably take one off him depending on, you know, if the price was right. And we went in, the price was definitely right, so that was that. So yeah, I'm probably not going to be spending that much more for the rest of the trip, but Rob's got a fair decent amount still to go. So have you got any significant looks for?
Nothing.
That's not a word.
No, this is what gets really dangerous. I have no plan today, so it's just, I don't know. We'll just go in and see what he's got, and just generally ensure I don't leave with any money, which is normally what I do. So
you do, yeah. It's never difficult to find things to buy in Sawthumbs generally.
No, it's not
so
a problem.
we should be okay there. But yeah, so we're going to try and hit the other CEX to see if there's anything that jumps out. Probably not for me.
Well, there's two things I definitely want in CEX York, as long as I've still got them.
Yeah.
So, and it depends if they've got anything interesting in the cabinets, because you never know. They sometimes have like something cool, or I don't know. My wife wants me to buy a Vita, and I'm sort of like, maybe.
But I mean, yeah, I would quite like a Vita. I would rather have a Vita than a PSP, has to be said. And I know I get the argument for why the Vita is not the best console to collect for for the used market, because of the whole battery issue. But you know, you can get the Vita Play, which plays them on TV, and then you don't need the Vita at all.
Yeah, but if I was going to buy the Vita, I should have bought it in Scarborough, because they also had Wipeout 2048 set there, which I know they don't have in York. And like that's an essential game for that. So.
It's all confusion. There's too much confusion. Can't get no release. So let's hit York and see what we do there.
And then I want to come back out because everything's chopped up now.
Yeah, it crops it really awkwardly,
So
which is really helpful. Like you line it all up perfectly, press record, and then it crops it. Why? Because it's annoying. We are back. We are finally back. Everything's groovy. It's been such a long day. 2 towns.
Thanks, Solo.
Thank you, Buzzcat. Yes, 2 cities, 2 towns, cities, 5 shops.
5 shops.
5 shops. It's been a really long day, so the energy levels might be a little low. The banter might not necessarily be quite as sharp as it would be normally.
Right, it's alright, I'm here now.
But Gemma's here, so Gemma will add some sharptitude to the proceedings. Rob goes first. So he's got more to get through than me.
And it's mostly just a load of random shit. So right. I didn't put it on the microphone table this time, so
you
make
did
a massive bang. You see, I'm well trained.
Yeah.
I don't even know where I'm starting here. Jumping Frog.
Right.
I'm a bit of a nut for LCD handheld games, and Casio made a series of them in the, I'm gonna say, late 80s, early 90s, I think.
Yeah, it looks early, late 80s definitely. Sort of that sort of era.
And you'd think that it would be green, it being a frog game. No, they're all orange. They all look like.
And it's tiny.
I mean, it's a tiny little LCD game, but never played it. I assume you're a frog and you jump. So,
looking at that, I have a feeling it might very well be like one of them lily pad ones where you have to make it from lily pad to lily pad and then move or whatever.
Yeah. And they also designed it so that it's impossible to change the battery in them without breaking the tabs off. It's an odd little
Jumping frog
LCD game. And yeah, that's going to be the theme of most of my. It's a really bizarre, eclectic pile of weird stuff today.
Just odd rando stuff. The cat's destroying the sofa. He's actually being picked up by the microphone.
Yes, we're judging you. It's a little Sega Saturn keyring.
A little Sega Saturn keyring.
How awesome is
To get
that?
a bit closer to the camera.
Tiny Sega Saturn.
Imagine what a Sega Saturn looks like.
But imagine it
Tiny.
and on a keyring.
And on a keyring.
And you're there. Yeah.
Oh, come on, give it here.
There's no way that's going to focus.
Oh, there we go.
Has it focused?
Yeah.
There we go. And now everything else will be out of focus when you take it off.
There we go.
There we go. Very quick. I think this is why they use proper. Why people actually have proper lenses that they can focus.
There aren't many games in the pile
Yeah,
today.
so hit some games.
So, Shadow Dancer, Japanese version for the Mega Drive.
The artwork is amazing.
As usual.
Significantly better than the British and the American version.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Love Japanese artwork. It's amazing.
Is that just it's box and manual as well.
Yeah. It's got all its...
What's the Statue of Liberty in Shadow Dancer?
I
don't remember.
It is now.
It is now.
Slim pickings on Mega Drive. Star Control.
For the Mega Drive, one of the rare boxed cardboard box.
Well, yeah, there aren't many cardboard boxed Mega Drive games. Sort of real-time space strategy thing. So, not a 2D platformer.
Not a 2D platformer.
Not a 2D platformer.
Not a cartoon 2D platformer.
Yeah.
A rarity.
Yeah.
Not only is it rare in its form factor, it's rare in its content as well.
Who said Mega Drive games were narrow in scope?
Yeah. Always just pressing right and jump.
A little mobile suit Gundam.
It's a Gundam!
It's a Gundam! A Gundam! A Gundam!
It's a Gundam. It's just I wanted a little Gundam to sit with my PlayStation 2 Gundam.
Yeah.
And
it's perfectly reasonable.
So
it's a Gundam.
It's a Gundam.
What?
What's the Gundam?
It's a Japanese anime series about mechs. Great big robot-y things.
Yeah, like robot fighting suit things.
Do they have style?
Yes.
Gundam style.
That was pretty terrible.
Before we left, I pointed out to Rob that I have no room for 360 games left at all. The shelf that has 360 games in is too deep and stacked to the top, and there is literally Tetris in there with no more room.
Yeah, that 2 weeks ago you were adamant you were buying no more 360 games.
So, with that in mind, I bought that lot.
Oh, wherever they're going to go exactly.
I don't know, I don't know.
Don't worry about that later.
Work in progress, they'll go somewhere. So we got Dark Void, which appears to be a robot fighting game of some sort, only with guns and things. I don't really know much about this.
It's Capcom.
It's Capcom.
Yeah.
It was 50p, so I'm assuming it wasn't a smash hit. Command and Conquer Tiberian War, which I have every reason to believe that will be awful, because I don't remember Command & Conquer games being good since the mid-90s.
Yeah, it's never been my thing anyway.
Well, I mean, I liked all the early stuff. I don't know if this is any better. It still looks like an RTS game, so it should be fairly reasonable. And it has Michael Ironside in it.
They sucked his brains out.
Alpha Protocol. This was done by Obsidian. This is an RPG, only it's an espionage RPG. So you're a spy and you have to do spy things, and it's got like loads of branching dialogue things and stuff like that. And it's supposed to be really good in that your dialogue affects the story as normal, but you get limited time to make your choices. So, like, rather than just kind of working through what you think will be the best thing to do, it'll put you on the spot and you have to say what you think is going to work. And, you know, like, so it's supposed to be really, really good. Batman Arkham Asylum, which is just, it was the first of the Batman Arkham games. That's really good. And again, it's dirt cheap. Prototype 2, which is a kind of, you are a genetically modified prototype and you can kill things and climb buildings and do stuff. I got the first one, it was okay. This is apparently quite a bit better. So yeah, I think you can, in that one you can pretend to be, you can impersonate troops. So you can like impersonate like soldiers and then march with them, and then when no one's looking, muller them and murder them.
Yeah.
If you do.
Like Mystique.
A bit like Mystique, yeah. Yeah, very much like Mystique, only she can't run up buildings. Quantum of Solace. It's Daniel and Craig. You see,
Yeah, I got. Didn't I get that last time?
Yeah, I think you did. I got the limited edition Aliens Colonial Marines. I got the limited.
You hate
You
that
berated
game.
me for buying it
Yeah,
last time.
yeah, because it's terrible.
Yeah.
You don't like that game. You
I
hate
know.
that game.
Yeah.
It's irredeemably shite.
It is. Everyone hates that game. Dante's Inferno,
Ugh.
which is a knockoff of God of War.
Pretty much.
It's supposed to be okay though.
Yeah.
It's supposed to actually be quite a good, fun, playable game. We got the DVD of it, and that was just god awful.
Yeah, Jim's reaction wasn't great as soon as you mentioned it.
Yeah. Red Dead Redemption 1, because you need the Red Dead Redemption 1. It's really, really
absolutely.
good. That's it. If you don't know what that is, then I don't know why you're watching this video. Kane and Lynch Dead Men as a collector's edition. Lost Planets 1 as a steelbook, because you can never have too many steelbooks. No, fail. There we go. Everything's coming up, Millhouse. Rainbow Six Vegas 2, again as a steel book, because I like steel books.
Does a game need to have achieved a certain amount of sales to get a steelbook?
No.
Why does it get a steelbook?
Because the developers wanted to release it as a steelbook.
So not all games get steelbooks.
No.
Just certain ones.
Just certain ones with
And it's just the developer that decides to do it, and so it's like a
It's like a collector's thing.
another release later down the line.
No. It's usually at the same time. It's like the collector's edition for it or whatever, and they release it as a steelbook.
Oh right, okay.
And then I got another collector's edition. This isn't a steelbook, but I got L.A. Noire as a collector's edition, and the artwork is awesome on this.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, that is really good.
So I had to pick that one up. The artwork was amazing, and all of the discs, many discs for L.A. Noire. And that is one of my favourite games. I really, really do love that game. It's a real peach.
Mario vs Donkey Kong Miniland Mayhem on the DS. That's for Chrissy there, because she wanted something.
She wanted something, yeah.
Well, actually, she wanted some little Pokemon figures, but they didn't have any.
So she's getting that.
She's getting that instead. I'm putting things on the mic table again.
I wasn't going to say anything.
You were, yeah, but
I didn't. I kept my mouth shut. I did watch the audio to see if it spiked.
a couple of Wii U games.
Yeah.
Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2, because you can't have.
Oh, so you got both?
Yeah, I got both. Yeah.
I know you said. I saw you pick up Bayonetta. I didn't know you got Bayonetta 2 as well. Right.
Well, because I picked up Bayonetta 2, and then I was like, well, if I'm buying that one, I'm going to have to buy
Bayonetta
as well. So
for the Wii U.
for the Wii U. So yeah, why not? I suck at Bayonetta.
Yeah, so do I. I was fucking terrible at that game.
Rolf Harris, which is a
Rolf Harris.
Rolf Harris.
And it's that sort of touching I want to talk about today, because it helps you to understand the sort of touching that doesn't make you feel too good.
Rolf Harris, the veteran entertainer, has been found guilty of the indecent assault of a 7 or 8-year-old girl.
It's an interesting title.
Instantly demonetised.
It is an allegedly very Turrican-like, but 2D pixel art style.
Yeah. The Switch is the market for 2D pixel art games.
Yes, funny you should say that, yes. Yes, it is. Another one. That's a more, well, I call it classical non-linear with deadly encounters and a vast kingdom to explore.
Oh, right.
It was really cheap in game, so I don't know whether it's any good or not, but it looks the part. Some obscure puzzle game that no one will have ever heard of.
What's it? Tetris.
T-trees. To do with blocks.
T-tries.
So I never heard of it.
It's well boring.
Probably awful.
T-tries, that'll never catch on.
No way.
T-tries, what's your name?
That's one I've already got on PC, but I just quite fancy being able to play.
That's the one that Adam did. The series of
Nightmares Clear. All right, yeah.
That looks brilliant.
I've played a bit of it on the PC version. If you've played not so much Limbo, but probably Inside.
Yeah.
It's very, very inside-y.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Inside-y.
It's really good. And one PSP game, one I've been after for bloody ages, and it just happened to have it in. Dracula X Chronicles for the PSP.
Yeah.
So now like I said to you in the camera, but I can now play it without ever taking
having to worry about
that
managing.
one out of its case ever.
For those that are missing that, that's it's basically a re-release of Castlevania Symphony of the Night,
but on the PSP.
On the PlayStation, it's about £300 for it.
It's not cheap, yeah.
On which Rob has, but doesn't want to play.
I don't really want to play it because it's £300. So you don't really want to be modelling around and handling it too much.
So he's got it as
but you can play it anywhere then. You don't
play it on the go and doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
You know all these things that are worth quite a lot of money.
Yeah.
Are they going to keep gaining money?
Very possibly, as long as the market holds out. Yeah.
Or is it a bit like wine? Is it like you have to cash out when?
Who knows?
Nobody really knows.
This is all new territory. Currently, they keep going up, but we don't know if they're going to continue.
Well, yeah, because that's why you're buying all the 360 stuff, because that's cheap.
That I can guarantee. 360 in about 15 to 20 years will be really climbing up in value. Definitely.
The sought after titles, definitely.
Yeah.
The dross will still be dross. But the really sought after titles, because you're seeing it happening now with. There's PlayStation 2 titles. There's a lot of PlayStation 2 titles that
starting climbing
through the roof, and it's started to happen with some 360 titles. There are some that are they're definitely not.
Well, I got what's it the other day? Back to the Future, the adventure game for the 360, and that was £20 still, and that's a really rare one. So that will definitely go up in value.
Yeah, Madness Returns. I mean, it's not super expensive, but it's not a cheap game. It's still in the sort of £15-20 range.
So a lot of those are going to start really climbing at some point. So yeah, 360 will do at some point. I was desperately trying to get some more N64 titles because I'm well past. I'm a good way past the halfway mark now. So we're on the downward.
For some reason.
We're on the downward slope.
When you get to N64, you're definitely on the downward slope.
On the downward slope. I went and had a look through some of the stuff at Gamepad the other day, and I've already got everything he's got in store. And when I went to Sore Thumbs, I went through theirs, and I managed to find 3 that I didn't already have. So I now have those. So I'm fucked. I just have to get them all off eBay now. So I'll start with the worst one. NFL Quarterback Club, 1998.
Christ.
You see, this is what you do if you go full set collecting. You have to buy stuff like NFL Quarterback Club 98.
Well, I quite like American football games.
Do you though?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, I liked Madden 93. But it was around about 1993 when I played it. So I don't know if that's still the case. So NFL Quarterback Club. F1 Racing. Which is actually, I would say, it's relatively tricky to find. It's not particularly... It's a pretty good racing game, but there were lots of F1 games. But for some reason, this one is a little bit trickier to find. It's not particularly expensive. It's like a £10-15 title, but it's just harder to find. So I got that, and again I got Space Station Silicon Valley. piqued your intrigue?
Well, just the label looks cute.
That is a weird-ass kind of real-time strategy, almost god gamey, build a space station, management sim type thing.
Okay then.
And it's supposed to be quite good. So and I got that as well. So that was another fairly cheap one.
Do you actually have Castlevania?
I do.
64?
Yes,
Right.
I have one of them. There's two, I believe. And I've now doubled my Wii U collection. So I got Batman Arkham City for the Wii U, and one of the only reasons to get the Wii U is the Wind Waker HD remake.
My God, did I have to badger you to buy that?
Yeah.
Two shops
Two shops
we saw it in. It's just like, why would you not buy that? It's just like, it's literally the reason to own a
Well,
Wii U.
So I got
What's
that
the
one.
point in having a Wii U and not
getting
having that
yeah.
game?
So I had to get that. So
Yeah, you
I've
did.
got Wind Waker.
Oh.
So I got Wind Waker for the Wii
Joe's
U.
quite excited.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. So I have and I have 4 games for the Wii U. I need to get more because they're actually coming down to a reasonable
Yeah,
price
I've
now.
noticed that there's been a marked drop in the price of Wii U games.
Wii U games, literally even up until 6 months, they were still trading at like £25 and £30.
Yeah, I think you paid around about half what I ended up paying for Wind Waker.
Yeah, they've dropped in value loads, so now is probably a good time to be getting on the Wii U.
Oh, good. Yes.
So I'll be picking up some more Wii U games over the next however long. I
Did
nearly
you tell
bought-
you that I tried playing Fable 1 on our 360? Yeah, was it last night?
Yeah, it was last night, yeah. It was a bit choppy. I think our 360s. I don't know if that was
the game or
the game or the 360.
I think it's probably
Because
when I got a birth.
Yeah, when I put my hand round the back, it was on fire.
Yeah.
The amount of heat that was packing out of it. Because I think the reason, because they died for overheating, and the reason that has lasted so long is that it's always been in the open air and it's always been stood up. So if you have, the worst thing you can do is have them laid down and in a unit. That's the worst thing you can do for them. And then pile stuff on them. So what I've done is I've laid it down, put it in a unit, and put 2 mini consoles on top of it.
Based on the Tower of Dead.
Oh, right. So, yeah, if you have them stood up.
If you have them
I'm not
stood up.
entirely. I mean, like,
That's just
based on the Tower of Dead Xbox 360s at my house, I would say that the one thing that kills them is turning them on at all.
How many?
I think I've got 3 dead 360s at the moment.
Yeah, they're not the most reliable machine in the world.
And
that's spectacular.
And most of mine have been babied. Like I've made sure that they've been treated properly and they've been given plenty of ventilation, and they die anyway. So my current 360 is shoved in a small entertainment unit, surrounded by other consoles, and then it's got a Dreamcast sat on top of it. I just don't care this time round. And so far, actually, it's been a complete tank. Nothing's gone wrong with it. So I think treating it like crap seems to be working for me. But at some point, it'll just spontaneously go, nope, I've had enough existing. Boom, die.
I mean, that's a miracle. That is literally one of Jesus' children.
You need, you need to get another daily driver before that one dies altogether. It'd be a shame for that one to actually expire.
It's made it like, I got that. Yeah, it's made it well over like a decade.
That's pre-Jasper as well, isn't it? That's like a really early.
Yeah, I think it is pre-Jasper. Yeah.
So
it's one of the very early.
Yeah,
runs.
so that's the worst built one. That's the one that's supposed to fail.
Yeah.
Very quickly. So the fact that that's still working.
That is a Red Ring of Death console, and it's still going.
It's still going.
trucking.
This was a pickup from Gamepad, which I've been after for a while for a price I was prepared to pay, and actually it was very reasonably priced. And it's boxed.
A box, and it's in really good condition.
Yeah, it's
considering that's just cardboard. Like,
it is just cardboard, and I wouldn't normally give a toss about making a big deal about the poly. Look how good the poly is. But seriously, look how good the poly is on there. It's like
polystyrene's in mint condition as well. Like, how old is that? Like, the polystyrene's even starting to yellow. It's that old. It's starting to.
But it's all there. It's all intact. It's got its paperwork and everything.
And an RSPCA price.
Yeah, the RSPCA price sticker on the back of it. It's obviously a quasi unlicensed version of Pac-Man released by Grandstand, because they obviously didn't have
the rights or whatever. Yeah.
Well, they did and they didn't, because I've got the Grandstand Pac-Man. The slightly bigger version of this, which is officially branded Pac-Man, but this one, I can't remember how it worked, whether this one came out before they got the license.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm wondering whether or not they did that one first, And then they just like relented and said, fine, if you're going to do it, you might as well do a proper
Yeah, well, you know what it
license
was
one.
like with Pac-Man though. I mean, everyone that couldn't release a licensed version of Pac-Man made a clone of Pac-Man and released that anyway. So I think that's kind of how it is. But I didn't bother doing any research before we started filming this. So, this is not the place to come for detailed information.
Mini Munchman.
Mini Munchman.
Oh dear.
But yeah, that's in spectacular.
Yeah,
condition.
I'm
That's in
really,
lovely
really
condition.
pleased with that. That will be added to the pile of.
Crap.
Because he does some weird stuff, man. Like
Yeah,
it was like it's been a good day. We've
It
just bought
has.
all odd stuff.
Yeah,
My
bizarre.
stuff's the most normal stuff, but it starts getting a bit off kilter soon.
So I'm going to continue with the bizarre LCD based stuff with a Game Boy Watch.
I am so into this.
That was from what he said. I think this was sold via game at the time.
Yeah.
Not like super rare, but it's a tiny little. You can't play.
Actually, you know how you went and bought all Mega Drive cartoon platformers?
Yeah.
Your recurring theme this time has been little mini LCD games.
It seems to have been, doesn't it?
Bought a good couple of them. Oh,
It's
no,
not
it's not a
a
game.
game though, is it?
It's just a watch.
It's not. It is just a watch, but it claims on the box to play like Game Boy sounds. I haven't played with it yet, so I have no idea how you make that happen. And I'm gonna at least have to wear it to work at least once, just to
Yeah, and I'm wearing it to work at least once.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if like when it turns like on the hour or something, it'll go like
Ding.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a cool little,
It's
little
really
thing.
My goal for today was to get more N64 games and more PlayStation 1 games, but something happened in the first store that basically meant that was not really going to happen anymore. So that's why I bought lots of 360 stuff and real dirt cheapos, because I spent the bulk of today's budget on one thing.
Yeah.
So everything's all relatively cheap. But anyway, I got music for the PlayStation 1, which is good.
Is that the Napster logo?
Yeah,
It's nearest
No.
down at the Napster
Yeah.
logo.
No, it's music. It's just music production software for the PlayStation.
But it's
1.
nothing to do with Napster.
No. And I had Music 2000, which is the one that I really wanted, but he only had music, so I got that. But yeah, it's really good. You can make real cool sounding, like actual legit music on that, so that's dead good. I got Battle Arena Toshinden, which was a one-on-one fighting game with swords and the such, and that was one of the launch titles, I think. It was one of the super early titles. So yeah, Battle Arena Toshinden, just because I wanted that. And probably the best thing I got was Doom. Yeah. I got Doom for the PlayStation 1, which is a really good port. It's a shame it doesn't have the music, and I don't really know why it wouldn't have the music.
You know what? I don't mind that. I think it has a much creepier atmosphere because they go with like
it does
ambient sounds rather than the music, and it just works. I mean, I'm one of those Philistines. I turn the music down when I'm playing Doom on most platforms, because I just think it sounds airier and creepier without it, and actually gets a bit much with like it just being the whole time. But yeah, it's really
I'm so with you there, Rob.
Yeah, so it's only it was only one disc, wasn't it? Yeah. But it is in immaculate condition. This is
really
like
clean copy.
Yeah, so it's a real clean copy of Doom. So there you go. That's a good one. Right.
You played through Doom on the PlayStation?
Not on the PlayStation. In fact, actually, I have not played through Doom at all. No.
What?
I've never played through Doom, ever. Doom 2, yes, played that one to death. But I've never actually played through Doom 1 ever. I don't know. You wouldn't.
Legitimate.
Well, Doom 2 was out at the time, so that's what I had for my 486. So that's what I put a cajillion hours into. And run through Doom 2 all day long. Like, I know that one inside out.
Wow.
Doom 1 I don't know at all. So there you go. You lives and learns.
I don't think you can like retro collect anymore.
No.
Well,
I don't
because
think you can.
I've
I
played
think
through
stop
Doom
all
one.
that
Played
until you finish Doom. I mean,
I think
Jesus
like
Christ.
if you do have to have any qualifications for this.
Actually,
I would
The
say
same.
finishing Doom is pretty much
pretty high up there,
isn't it?
Yeah, so I don't think you can buy any more games until you do that.
Until I completed Doom. Okay. That's not the end of the world. There are worse punishments. You must complete Doom. Alright.
And also we're gonna like really give you a hard time for that.
Yeah. I mean, there are worse things. You could have to finish Seaman.
Seaman.
I got some Seaman while I was.
Rob's holding Seaman. Rob's got
making
Seaman in his
jerks.
hands. He's got
Get
Seaman.
get all the Seaman jerks out now.
I don't think we need to.
Yeah, I don't think we do.
So that's Seaman.
It's quite a lot. There's quite a lot of semen.
There's
Isn't
a lot of semen.
There's a lot of semen, yeah.
It's a good handful of semen.
Yeah. Quite chunky semen.
Yeah.
It's yellow and black, which you should probably see a doctor about.
And green.
And green semen.
Can you not
That's
see the
surprisingly
green?
heavy.
Is it? Is it heavy semen? Ooh,
Yeah.
There's a good weight to that semen.
There's a lot
There's
of
good
weight to
weight
that semen. Yeah, I
This
think
is
Alright.
we'll rinse the semen jerks now.
Ew.
It's semen. I don't speak Japanese. I can't read Japanese. I can't
It's
talk
not.
Japanese.
It's not
utterly
semen.
useless.
You know, it's not like Phil Seaman. He's a sea man.
He's Seaman. Yes. So semen.
So, yeah, I'll just throw my semen at you.
Yeah, okay. I've got semen, Rob's semen all over my lap.
All right, guys, boys. Let's move along, boys. Thank you.
These aren't all purchases. Well, they are purchases, but these aren't all from today's haul. But there's a couple that have arrived in the post, which I wanted to show off as well, just because I can. But this I got from Saltham's, which is Universal Soldier, which is effectively Turrican from the Amiga, but rebranded.
With a different first level.
And
level. Instead of a shiny metal robot thing, is it Dolph Lundgren?
No, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
So you play Jean-Claude Van Damme. It is a really, really good game.
It is
spectacular
because it's Turrican.
It's just
it's
Turrican.
Yeah.
But it's one of the rare Mega Drive games that comes in a cardboard box rather than a plastic thing. And this is with manual, and it's in really good condition. It's not complete, despite what you said on the thing. It's missing the postcard and the poster and that sort of shit. But I'm fine if it's got cartridge and manual. That's good enough for me. That's near as damn it complete. And this is one of your favourites, isn't it? So.
Yeah, I really like that. Yeah.
Running out of battery.
Asterix Power of the Gods, which is a decidedly average/poor Asterix game, but it's relatively rare.
It's flashing red.
The Alien Soldier, that just came the other day. That just arrived the other day, complete and boxed with manual. That's just in rather good condition with tiny little nick, but other than that, it's in really good condition. So yeah, pretty stoked about getting that in the collection. Just a bit of flex there.
It's a Game Boy Advance Mario game for people who speak Japanese. It's a tiny little cocktail Space Invaders tabletop game.
Which is really cool.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
It's a funky little thing. I needed a briefcase for work, so
he's got a Famicom carry case.
Oh, there's nothing in there then.
No, it's just a carry
it's
case.
just a carry case. I can put my sandwiches in.
Famicom carry case, and you got the Shinobi thing.
Oh God, yes, and there's
the Shinobi in the Mega Drive.
There's a Shinobi diorama thing, and a custom made little Mega Drive Perspex sign thing.
Jesus.
My final big doofer, which was the what basically took all of my money today, which is why I ended up buying lots of 360 games and other cheapo things, was I finally got an Amiga 600, an A600, finally in the collection. It's not boxed, but it's in good condition, and it came with a couple of games. Got Pushover and Putty, which are...
Putty's a really good game,
supposed to be quite good, so that's good. It came with a load of literally useless discs, because the ones that are labelled say disc 1 of 4 and disc 3 of 6 and stuff like that, so they've got no use whatsoever, I would assume. Not a lot. And a couple of groovy manual type things with it as well.
It's going to get compact flash.
It's going
to get modded.
So. And a joystick. But yeah, so I got all this from Gamepad, so thank you very much, Mr. Barraclough. I can't remember his surname. So Barraclough from for his first name. But yeah, an Amiga 600, so I'm super stoked on that now. So that's it. I have an ST 600 and a Commodore C64, so I just need the Spectrum, and then I've got all of those ones apart from the BBC.
Everyone's happy.
Thank you very much for watching. Sorry about the speedy wrap up at the end. Thank you very much. Take it easy. Goodbye.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Hit the comment, subscribe. Oh, I have a Teespring. Buy some t-shirts so I can buy more junk to make more videos. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Fuck's sake.
Oh.
I'm a fly-by-night operation here then.
We only have one battery.